The push and pull surrounding the helmsman seat in the People's Democratic Party thickened this week with another court order reinstating the embattled chairman after one had pulled the plug on his legitimacy last week. The key stakeholders are about now leaving the party national headquarters as we speak and will be on to the Wadata House shortly. The All Progressives Congress welcomes new decampees from its main rivals as key elections draw closer. Also on political update today, widespread relief greets the return of abducted Tegina Islamiyah children, but there is foreboding as the ugly trend of abductions show no sign of abating. We will have contributions from the United Kingdom, Jos, and Mina in the course of the program. I am Fisayo Gunfuyi. Welcome. Let's start with some stories making the rounds in the political scene. Now, Imo State Governor Uzodimma has expressed absolute confidence in the APC to win the forthcoming governorship election in Anambra State. The governor made his comments to journalists after an audience with President Muhammadu Buhari. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that the Chief of Defense Staff was also at the State House.
The governing All Progressives Congress, APC, presently controls 2 out of the 5 southeastern states of Nigeria. Governor Hope Uzodimma, who is meeting President Muhammadu Buhari after a wide consultation with critical stakeholders, assured him that Anambra, the light of the nation, will not remain in the opposition.
The political leadership in Igbo land will have resolved to be part of the federal government, to participate at the national level, to leave a provincial championship to national championship. So what we have decided to do is to ensure that we embrace the ruling party, APC. And we are taking the message to Anambra. And by the grace of God, Anambra people will buy the message and the Igbo land will be recovered.
Governor Hope Uzodimma used the opportunity to formally appreciate the president for his intervention in respect of the ecological challenges confronting Imo State, especially the erosion menace.
As I speak to you, 3 erosion sites, contract for them will be awarded any moment from now. And Mr. President has also approved the release of funds for payment of the project to the contractors. So it is a good one.
On security, the Imo State governor told journalists that normalcy has not only been restored in the state, but there is also no compliance to the sit-at-home order by the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra.
IPOB is not the government in Imo State. The Imo State government has not authorized any sit-at-home. People are going about their businesses, workers are going to work, and normal business activities are on. And for now, I told you that Imo State is relatively calm. We even had a football match between Heartland and Adamawa Football Club in the night at Danayam Stadium. And people witnessed it all over the world. That will tell you the extent of friendliness and the good environment for businesses in Imo State. With the political will and cooperation of our people, particularly our traditional rulers, we've been able to a reasonable extent, manage control of criminality and illegality in Imo State. Our farmers and our headers signed an MOU in my office and agreed to work together. And both parties are going about their businesses without interfering or causing any grievance or anger to each other. So in no small time, I'm sure and almost certain that normalcy will return completely, 100% to Imo State.
Protection of lives and property, Governor Uzodimma emphasized, is the primary responsibility of government, and therefore his administration will not leave anything to chance towards securing the eastern heartland for sustainable growth and development. In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari formally engaged the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo. Details of their discussions held behind closed doors were not made public.
And now that was in the course of the week. Now to some political issues. The National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has unanimously adopted the Deputy National Chairman South, Elder Yemi Akinwumi, as the acting National Chairman of the party. The party's Board of Trustees also met with the National Working Committee.
This NWC meeting of the PDP is to find solution to who occupies the office of the national chairman in an acting capacity following an interim order by a Rivers State High Court restraining Prince Uche Secondus from functioning as the national chairman of the party. Two deputy national chairmen had this Tuesday laid claim to the position. This meeting has, however, resolved the tussle.
On behalf of our party, that we have navigated the turbulence, a motion was moved, and Elder Yemi Akinwumi was unanimously approved as the acting chairman of our great party.
A meeting of the PDP Board of Trustees also held shortly after that of the NWC.
The PDP is coming stronger than before now. There's a little squabble in the party. It's not my own making. It's a situation that calls for it. We have closed ranks. We have brought our house to order. PDP is never dead.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, also attended the meeting.
We have proved to Nigerians that we have that ability to resolve our internal crisis.
The acting national chairman of the PDP, Elder Yemi Akinwumi, promised to abide by the decision of the party stakeholders to hold a national convention in October this year.
After that, the People's Democratic Party Governors Forum affirmed the party's National Working Committee endorsement of Elder Yemi Akinwumi as acting national chairman. This was at the forum's emergency meeting in Abuja.
The meeting of the PDP Governors Forum held behind closed doors also hosted the acting national chairman of the party, Elder Yemi Akinwumi. Chairman of the forum and Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, says the PDP, as a law-abiding party, stands by the Rivers State High Court interim order restraining Prince Uche Secondus from functioning as national chairman of the party.
We are a law-abiding party that believe in the rule of law. We advise ourselves that that is the way to go. We must comply with that court order.
On the party stakeholders' resolve to hold a national convention in October this year, the forum chairman restates that the resolution still stands.
National convention, by the grace of God, still holding in October. We are still together. Yes, the road can be bumpy, but the most important thing is that we are still holding together strongly, and that is what we assure our members and our teaming supporters across the country.
Meanwhile, a National Executive Committee meeting of the PDP has been slated for this Saturday to further deliberate on the party's proposed national convention.
After all that, a high court in Kebbi State has granted an order reinstating Prince Uche Secondus as the national chairman of the party. The order granted by Justice Nusrat Umar orders Secondus to resume immediately in a suit filed by some members of the PDP in Kebbi. The claimants in the suit, which has Secondus and the PDP as the first and second respondents, are Messrs. Yahya Usman, Abubakar Muhammad, and Bashir Suleiman. Let's now join our correspondent Timothy Yusuf from Wadata House, PDP National Headquarters. Timothy, court orders, NWC endorsements, BOT statements, governors' forums, input, all mixed into one pot. Let's make a sense of everything and explain the traffic at the Wadata House today so far.
Thank you, Studio. The crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party, PDP, took a different dimension this Friday following a Birnin Kebbi High Court order reinstating Prince Uche Secondus as national chairman of the party to office. But then, before then, a national caucus meeting of the party was earlier scheduled for today to begin at 10 a.m. But then, Prince Uche Secondus found his way back to office, but then was not allowed to be part of the meeting. The meeting later went into closed door, whereby a committee chaired by former Senate President David Mark was constituted to look into all matters relating to all the court issues. The committee is to report back to the caucus at the NEC meeting scheduled for tomorrow. Chairman of the PDP Governors Forum and Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, on behalf of the National Caucus, briefed the media on the outcome of the meeting.
We have resolved to submit to the NEC of our party tomorrow a recommendation from the National Working Committee for the National Convention of our party to be held between Friday 30th of October to Saturday 31st of October. Venue will be determined by the grace of God tomorrow by NEC. Also, this distinguished body had empaneled 8 distinguished leaders of our party under the able leadership of former President of the Senate, Senator David Mark, to interface with our leaders who are involved in these issues of court, so that all court matters can be now withdrawn and then for normalcy to continue to return to the party. I appeal on behalf of this body to all well-meaning members of our party to sheathe their sword and let us embrace peace, because Nigeria is waiting for PDP, and I believe that we have the capacity to resolve whatever issues we have internally. And in view of the fact that we are yet to receive the service of the court order, we empaneled this committee. It's part of what this committee is going to look at and advise the party and all the parties involved accordingly. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Timothy, with that update. Joining us now in the studio is Ambassador Moses Kolawole Obisheso, National Secretary, PDP Professionals and Business Group. Thank you for joining us. Also with us today via Zoom from the United Kingdom is constitutional lawyer Kayode Ajulo. Thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, let me start with Kayode Ajulo from London. How do we untangle this legal conundrum when courts coordinate jurisdiction, if I'm correct, give conflicting judgments like this? One in Degema, Port Harcourt, said Secondus should leave. One in Kebbi yesterday said he should continue. What do we do in such situations? What will be the interpretation?
Well, thank you very much. At first, I don't want to believe that there's any conundrum in what has happened, because this is a very simple legal issue and it has its own solutions. As it is, a court in Degema, that is in Rivers State, has already issued an order. And as long as the order stands, except a superior court in this matter, a court of appeal or Supreme Court can upturn the order. But for anybody to move to any other court, particularly, and mind you, these are court of coordinate jurisdiction, they are power, to now want to use order of a court that has a power of the same to change or to upturn the order is something that is not acceptable. I want to believe that. And again, moving further, we can see that it is more of issue of abuse of court process, because I believe anybody that feels that a court has given an order, the best bet, the best thing for any individual or party to do is to look for a way to vacate the order, either before the court that issued that order or go on appeal. But to use another court is another thing. And going through the process itself, it sounds hollow. It disturbs some of us who are lawyers, that in a situation, a plaintiff, a claimant, we've been asking for an order to favor the defendants. So the question here is this: are they really in court? Are they really doing anything? And I think I understand somebody said we are still waiting for the order. I think my candid advice and humble advice is we don't need to wait for any order. One order is there. It has subsisted. That is the order. No other courts, no other orders of court of coordinate jurisdiction can upturn the order.
Let's look at it beyond the legalese, Mr. Ajulo. Let's look at it this way. Now, won't these gymnastics, your legal gymnastics, give room for mischief and create avenue for subversion of due processes on the long run? And how do we discourage this when we see all kinds of, orders being thrown about across the country once we have a substituting one, especially from, as you have said, courts of coordinate jurisdiction?
Anyway, the best way for us to overreach this is for our courts, that's our judiciary, to be vigilant, because that's what really matters. I want to believe that I'm very sure that those that went to KB will never, may not be brought the order of the court in River State before my Lord, and I believe that is why the court has done what he has done. I want to believe, I want to be on that side. But as it is, the position is so clear. When you talk of law, when you talk of judiciary, there's no way you can wish away the legalists there. The legal issue, the legal position is as well stated. The court has given an order. There's no way another court of coordinate jurisdiction can upturn the order, except if the court itself can reverse the order, or you go to the Court of Appeal or Supreme Court. Without that, the court subsists. Whatsoever may be the gymnastic, may be, of course, politician, they always have a way of playing with the rules, but the rule is always there to guide us, and I believe this is what is playing out.
All right. We have a circle. Thank you very much, Mr. Ajulo, for your interventions. Let me quickly bring in Mr. Kaya Obisheson in our studio. You are a stakeholder in all this as it is playing out. What would you like to see in terms of a speedy resolution to this? There seems to be meeting upon meetings at the headquarters of your party for some time now, and everything is about one court order or the other. So what will you be thinking about in the next few days, vis-a-vis, of course, elections are around the corner?
Okay, first, I just want to thank you. I want to say that all the tussle here and there is a huge distraction for my beloved party, PDP, and I sincerely want to see a quick resolution of all of this. And secondly, I will also say that what is happening is not unexpected because of the size of the party we're talking about, because of the vibrancy of PDP. PDP, it's still the biggest party in Africa on ground, not necessarily the ruling party. So everybody is really going for it. Also, I usually will describe it like the beautiful bride. You know, everybody knows that once you can take the control of PDP, when you can bring your ambition on the platform of PDP, if we must change what we see now, if we must tell the APC to take a leave, because quite enough, Nigerians are really tired of what they are seeing. They've tested the two sides. So basically, PDP gives the opportunity to be able to actually change what we see, you know. So that's why you see all of the juggling, all of the run around, just to be able to be in control of PDP.
Let's look at things playing out, and we've seen the governors also make interventions. Perhaps maybe over the weekend we have a clearer picture. But are you seeing light at the end of the tunnel in terms of this? I asked you this question about a fortnight ago, and it looks to me as if we've even gone to more, like we said earlier, gymnastics. So what are we going to see in the next few weeks?
If you ask me, yes, I know that the challenges you see is actually a play out of individual powerful forces within PDP, and also possibly external forces who don't want PDP to actually be stable. But I tell you, like my legal colleague just said right now, as far as I'm concerned, the issues are over. Sincerely, because the court, was very clear. The court in Rivers State was very clear to say, look, Secondus, please take a back seat. Let us have Akinwumi to lead this great party, in acting capacity for now. And that exactly is what is standing. Now, the other court that reinstated Secondus in Kebbi cannot stand, because they are court of equal strength, and so you can't have these two courts give something. And again, I think I want to say this. I want to really appeal to our courts to really allow democracy to grow, to allow democracy to thrive. We should check what we're churning out. Even though I'm a law-abiding person, I will still say that PDP should really creatively actually take care of the court issues. You know what I mean, and I love what the Governors Forum chairman said. He said we've not received the court. I mean the court judgment that came from Kebbi. We have not, and so for us, even if it is received, it should be taken care of. And also just for me to call on our people that it's time we close ranks. We have election coming up in Anambra, just a month plus, and then we have, the presidential election 2023. Is the time for us to really have a formidable front to be able to do all that we need to do.
I know there'll be a platform for that very in subsequent programs. But let me quickly, before I just allow you to go, Mr. Ajilo, it seems as if everything now ends in court. Party issues in court, elections in court. How do we break this cycle?
Well, the one thing I want you to know is this: Nigeria is a country that has its foundation in our law, and the constitution of the land is so clear that when there's any issue, the court is there to adjudicate and to determine the issue. And I quickly need to say this: instead of asking that the court should allow democracy to falter, I think it is the people, is the politician that I believe that message should be sent to. The court is always there to do justice. The court is static. The court is staying. It is the politician that will go to the court, and as it is, the courts. It is not the duty of the court is to know what it is. What is presented before the court, that's what the court will adjudicate on. And like I said, this issue is very simple. This issue is very laughable, where both the claimant, the plaintiff, and the defendant went to court and bringing an application that will favor the defendant. I don't really know where this one comes from. And that is why you see that our politicians, they need to really be careful if they really want this democracy to falter. And I think that should be the take home this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Kadi Ajilo, all the way from London. Thank you for being a part of it. And of course, in the studio, we've had Kolawole Obisheson also. Before we end, in the course of the week, the senator representing Anambra North and former Minister of Aviation, Stella Odua, defected to the All Progressive Congress. Chairman APC, caretaker, and extraordinary convention planning committee, and Yobe State Governor Memala Buni says the development will better position the party for victory in the Anambra governorship polls.
In a brief ceremony held at the residence of Governor Buni, top members of the party, including Chairman APC Governors Forum, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, Deputy Senate President Ovie Omoagege, and the APC governorship candidate of Anambra State, Andy Uba, joined an elated Memala Buni to receive the former aviation minister.
As from today, you will enjoy all the privileges applied to all members of the party, and including waiver to yourself and your team supporters.
What has happened today is a further manifestation of the determination of our people and our desire to grow the economy of this country.
The DCAMP described the All Progressives Congress as a political party that is promoting the ideal democratic culture in Nigeria.
Always been interested on how can we redefine our political culture, and in APC it's been accepted to be the norm.
But she's joining a movement that is defining itself as a movement to deliver a greater Nigeria for the future.
The APC says a dominant show in Anambra come November 6 is even more assured, with its approval rating soaring high amongst political leaders in the state.
That was Political Update for today, and that's it for this week. We'll be back on Tuesday, God willing, with a brighter, better, and a fresher package. My name is Fisao Gunfuyi, thanking you for staying tuned. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and urging you, if you have been watching your politics elsewhere, to defect and watch it on the NTA, where we give you the very best of political news, reviews, previews, and interviews. Bye-bye now.